What's going on, family? New day, new beginnings. Before we get started, hit that like and share button and subscribe to Truthtrtube. As you can see by the title, our own worst enemy. And what I mean by that is this whole international situation that's going on in regards to those two countries, not even two countries, them two establishments, I call them, and also the surrounding countries who possibly may get involved. And when I say our own worst enemy, it seems like for some strange reason we are always allowing ourselves to help these people, get them a leg up. The same thing with the border crisis, We always want to help. And I think that us being our own worst enemies, we want to help everyone at the cost of not helping us. And I think that there is a very substantial issue. And a lot of us may not see it that way, because a lot of people have their own little agenda. You know, Black America, a lot of us, we know the agenda. I'm not gonna get into that, but it's crazy, right? When it comes to these situations, it makes you think, and it start making you research and look things up. Like for example, U.S. foreign aid by country 2023. I get this from the worldpopulationreview.com. I'm going to read some of it to you. Foreign aid money that is given by the United States government to governments of other nations. According to the Congressional Research Service, there are 5 categories of foreign aid: economic assistance, humanitarian aid, multilateral economic contributions, that's kind of weird, bilateral development aid, and military aid. The U.S. provides aid to countries that are recovering from war, seriously, developing countries, and countries that are strategically important to the U.S. in 2019, the most year for which comprehensive numbers have been released. The U.S. spent over $47 billion on foreign aid, about the same as 2018, and $1 billion more than in 2017. More than 35% of the aid went to 10 countries. The 10 countries that received the most foreign aid: Afghanistan, 4.89 billion; Israel, 3.3 billion; Jordan, 1.56 billion; Iraq, 960 million; Ethiopia, 922; Yemen, 809; Colombia, 800; Nigeria, that's kind of weird, 793 million; and Lebanon, that's weird, 793 million. Several government agencies provide foreign aid, including the Department of Defense, that's funny, Department of State, Department of Treasury, Department of Energy, and the Peace Corps, just to name a few. As a rule, foreign aid falls into one of two categories: military aid or humanitarian aid. Okay, economic development or emergency relief aid. Many countries all over the world receive foreign aid from the United States, but there are a few that receive significant amounts. Iraq received over 5 billion in 2016. Afghan also receives several billion. Israel receives over 3 billion. Egypt and Jordan each received over 1 billion aid. These countries receive a significant amount of military aid. Go figure. In fact, all of Israel's 3.1 billion was in military aid. And that sums up the situation that's going on right now. It's like when you fund these countries, I don't really care about all other things. It's mainly to keep a focus on control. You know, they want to control, the US want to control everything in and out of these countries. All these countries basically have military bases there. So when they say humanitarian aid, I just bat an eye because I don't believe that. I just believe they just want to be close to any situation that probably jump off in other countries. Mainly Russia, China and so forth, Africa, because they're close by, they could get to just in case if they have to get involved. But the things that are really happening in America right now, and when you look at all the foreign aid they give these countries, imagine what you can do with that foreign aid in house. I know Biden recently signed, I think, a couple billions for Ukraine, Israel, on the border crisis, a whole bunch of bullshit. But imagine if that money could be used in house. Matter of fact, Imagine if black Americans get reparations. What could occur? What we can do as individuals, as black people. I always say the reason why they didn't want to give reparations because I know it's not going to be no competition if we get that money in our hands. Because the way our minds think, we're innovative people. But if you don't have funding or capital to do these things, especially when you're put in a position when you're boxed in systematically on purpose, it's done purposely, you can't succeed. So you gotta ask yourself, just imagine, if we were to get reparations, they know the outcome. Yeah, you may have some sexy red Sukihanas, some little Dirks, some Kodak Blacks and so forth. Yeah, but the majority of us, we don't think that way. And that's why I said we are our own worst enemy, because you rather spite your country and spite the people in order to further your agenda. And not only black Americans, black people should be upset. I think we all should be upset. Because you guys start saying to yourself, what the fuck is going on here? You got homelessness out the ass. You got these migrants living rent free. And it makes you think, when people speak up, when the citizens speak up, the communities speak up, we don't want migrants here. You know, we're called all kind of names. We can't go to their countries and do that, but we're allowed, America allowed them to come here and live scot free. Look at all the shit that's going on. I said this before in other videos. Look at just all the madness that's going on. The madness that's going on is when you give someone something for free, they're not going to respect it. And that's what's going on right now. So I just wanted to drop that little tidbit, the U.S. foreign aid 2023 and how much foreign aid a lot of these countries could get. That's just the top 10. Other little miscellaneous countries, 55 million here and there. That's not really, substantial. But family, hit that like and share button and subscribe to Truthtrtube. Thank you.